10 points, lowest in the NBA this season. Just the defense today.
Yeah, I thought we had good overall activity, good intensity. Guys were connected. Did a good job challenging shots and then finishing.
Tom, what did you think of Mitch down low, especially just generally kind of his pick and roll defense and his ability to help on the backside too?
Yeah, it's huge. And the decision making have the ability to be up, then get back, protect the rim, and then where he's making his decisions, very, very good. He can cover a lot of ground very quickly, and you're going to get 2 and 3 efforts from him. And then offensively, going to the boards, the offensive rebounding huge as well.
Tom, what do you think of RJ, especially what does it say about him that he was able to do this after kind of struggling the first 2 games?
Yeah, and again, I think the big thing is, his floor game in game 1 I thought was outstanding. 6 assists and 4 steals. He didn't shoot well. But he didn't. The thing about RJ is he's very steady, right? He doesn't get rattled, and then thought it was real aggressive today. We got to get him into the open floor. When we do that, and he's going to make shots. He gets downhill. He's tough to guard.
Tom, you just don't see teams scoring the 70s in the NBA nowadays. When you hit a team with a defensive effort like that, how hard is it for them to adjust to something they really haven't seen much of?
It's one game. Is what it is, and so now the challenge is get ready for game 4. So we got to take a look at the film, look at the things that we could do better, make our corrections, and then be ready for the game on Sunday. So, but I think the activity on defense was important for us. Some of it that they missed some open shots too. So we know the next challenge will be even greater, and we got to play better.
Tom, do you have any update on Grimes?
Just a contusion.
And also putting Derek in the game there, just when you hear the crowd, chanting for him like that.
Yeah, just and I think I've mentioned to the guys that have been around, he's been great for us. Particularly, we're a very young team, and to have a guy like that around, it's invaluable. So, even though he's not playing, he's had great impact on all our guys, and so it's great, I think, and that's the best thing about our fans. There's great appreciation for that, appreciation for all he's done throughout his career, and it says a lot about Derek. Whatever role you ask him to play, he embraces it and he wants to be great at it, and he's always cared about the team the most and winning.
Coach, can you talk about, they matched LeVert up in game 2 against Jalen. They started him tonight out there. What does that do to your offense when you see a bigger player like LeVert guarding Jalen?
Well, he's dealt with it all season. So that, just trust the space, trust the play, trust the pass. So when you're loading up to him like that, that means there's other people open. And if we get to the space, we should be able to get to the right shots. And if we do that, good things will come from that. So, but he's been seeing that for 2 years. So he's comfortable with any type of defense you throw at him. He just made big play after big play. And same thing, he's going to trust the pass. He's going to make the right play every time.
Tom, you talk about big plays in Jalen. You had a 10-2 run in the second quarter, and he ends that run with a steal and a dunk. I mean, what does that do when your team sees something like that?
Well, I think, we had 14 steals, so I think getting into, we need easy baskets. So his team defense has always been good, whether he's taking charges, he knows how to help off people, he knows how to read plays. But the easy baskets are huge, and the more of those that we can get, the better. So I think he was in an attack mode, but he didn't force things. So he's not going to waste, if you're blitzing him, he's not going to waste a lot of energy fighting it. He'll make the right play. He's going to trust his teammates to make the right play. and that's how you win.
Tom, a lot of guard pick and rolls from you guys tonight. Quickly screener, Grimes screener. What'd you see from those actions? What'd you like, not like?
Yeah, there's nothing different. That's part of what we do. So just make the right play. And I thought RJ got downhill too. So and then you got to be ready for whatever comes next. So read the game. The game always tells you what to do.
You mentioned that earlier when you were before the game. You were talking about Emmanuel and sort of bouncing back from these first two tough games. How did you feel that he responded in the second half here?
I thought we got really good minutes from Quick. I thought we got good minutes from Isaiah and really good minutes from Obi as well. And Josh was terrific. You can't say enough about what he brings in all aspects of the game, from offense, defense, rebounding, hustle plays, big shots, winning plays, make the right play. So I'm very pleased with what we got from our bench.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
What, obviously, offense is just an issue from the jump. What did you kind of see from the beginning?
I mean, I thought we did a great job early of creating the right shots. They just didn't go for us. And then once the shot stopped going, we stopped doing the right things. Then it became, I have to make the play. I have to make the play. Where, we have to learn to just continue to trust each other and trust ourselves that we'll make the right play. If we make the right play, we'll get the results we want.
If Darius able to come back in, any issue?
We'll see. I mean, obviously he's a little sore, but we'll see.
Was there anything specific you saw from him in terms of his struggles offensively? Was he just missing shots you liked? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think he got good shots, especially early in that game. Like, he was getting some wide open looks. I think all of us, both sides, had some nerves early on, and the offense showed it, but I think they found their footing a little faster than we did.
I apologize if you're asking this, but did you like the looks, especially that Darius and Donovan and Harris were getting and just weren't falling early on?
Yeah, I mean, you'll take those guys getting wide open shots all day. And again, we did the right things to create those shots for one another. They just didn't fall.
What did overall, as the game went on, what did you see offensively that kind of became just more of a struggle, especially with the turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, we played into their hands like we talked about, right? One of the things that they do is they just overcommit to the paint. And if you're going to go try to play in small spaces, they're pretty sound at creating turnovers, making you play in a crowd. And I just didn't think we had enough one-mores to the open guys on the backside.
You mentioned the nerves early on. You guys obviously have a young team, haven't been in a lot of environments like this. It's obviously a pretty juiced up atmosphere. How did you think, as the game went along, you guys kind of handled the situation?
I think early on it was the nerves. As the game progressed, I think it was more about trust than anything. We stopped trusting and doing the right thing and just tried to do a lot on our own. And, once that happens, it starts to leak into our defense, the same thing. We're not in our spots. We're not doing the things that we need to do in order to get the stops, that we're capable of getting.
And then when I think you got it down to 8 or 9 midway through the third, might even been a little lower than that. What allowed the Knicks to get it back up again at 17 by the end of the game?
I mean, again, give them credit because I think they made the adjustment, during the game and kind of found their footing. They got comfortable. They started riding the momentum of the home crowd, making some shots. But again, I think, our offense bogged us down. And when our offense bogs us down, especially when we're turning it over, it's extremely difficult to get back in the broken floor. We're really good when we set our defense, but if we're missing shots, long rebounds, and we're turning it over, teams get an opportunity to break. Obviously, for everybody, it's harder to defend.
The Knicks were using guards to screen for Brunson, so how did that adjustment affect you as kind of guarding and then you have the
Yeah, I mean, again, it's loud, right? So understanding and communicating our coverages, in this type of environment, we need to make sure that we do a better job of it. How we protect each other in those situations, how often, we're calling our coverages. So those are areas where we can be better. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Julius, you guys talked about bouncing back from game 2. Nobody's held anybody under 80 points in the league all year long. Just to do what you guys did defensively, the effort all game long, just kind of what you saw out there and what you guys did.
Yeah, it was good. You know, we were locked in on the end on what we needed to do. Felt like we played them well all series on the defensive end. Only thing that hurts us is our turnovers. We had a lot of turnovers that second quarter of the last game, so we cleaned that up and was able to get stops and execute on the offensive end.
Julius, what was it like playing in front of this crowd tonight? They seemed like they were, you know, right from the jump, they were behind you guys.
Yeah, it was what I expected for sure. A lot of energy, a lot of energy, and we were able to feed off of it. So I loved it.
I think we saw one of these earlier this year, but Jalen, steal, and dunk, kind of just what you see. Is that a pretty good sign of what's going on out there?
Yeah, he must have been feeling good. I don't know how many dunks he got on the year, but got to be single digits, right? Good.
RJ, can you describe a Friday night at Madison Square Garden, what that scene, what that crowd was like out there and how they impacted this game?
It's a Garden, man. You know, what can I say? It was loud. It was fun to play in, man. I mean, you know, as a basketball player, you kind of you grow up thinking about moments like these. You know, it was electric in there, and you know, happy we get to come back Sunday.
RJ, you know, your three wasn't there the first couple of games out there, but you found it tonight. When did you know that it was feeling better tonight than it was the previous couple of games?
Didn't say Friday. It's Friday. It's Wednesday. No, seriously, Wednesday. No, I was just working at it, and you know, so I came in really confident.
RJ, we were talking to you this morning about having a breakout offensive game in the playoffs, and you said as long as it comes in a win, that's the best thing. Is that how you feel after the game you had?
Yeah, it felt good. You know, it felt good to be able to contribute in a positive way, and like I said, the win.
For you guys to hold them to 79 points, no one's done that all year in the NBA. Just kind of what you saw from the whole team defensively.
Yeah, it was great. Everybody was locked in. We had great activity, just all around. You know, we hustled. You know, so that was great, and we gotta make sure to bring that again on Sunday.
What'd you think of Derek getting in the game late, the crowd chanting for him and all that stuff?
They're gonna cheer for him every time. It's Derrick Rose, man. That's a legend. You know, so just to be on the team with him, it's surreal sometimes. For sure. Walked all the way down here for that, Greg?
Start of the game, did you like the looks that you guys were getting, or just were following up the game?
Yeah, we feel like we got open looks. A lot of them were in and out. And I think defensively, you know, we played pretty well. Other than some miscommunications on some ball screens, and you know, some offensive rebounds here and there. But you know, the looks we got, especially early, were really good.
When you have a night having this offensively with the team, how do you work through that and just going forward and just kind of just combat it going forward?
Stay confident, don't overreact. Like I said, we love the looks we got early. Second half, we got a little stagnant, especially myself, with the ball up top. But like I said early on, we love the looks we got. Just stay confident, keep shooting them. We know the type of defense that they play allows a lot of wing and corner threes. We just got to be ready to shoot them.
Chris Thibodeau, Cleveland, Commentators.
How you doing?
Anything that you saw early in the game that pointed to nerves?
I don't know. I feel like we, you know, is our first road game for a lot of people, playoff game. like I always say, I feel like it's more anxious than anything else, just anxious to go out there and perform. We prepare ourselves. So at the end of the day, like I said, we love the looks we got. It's just a matter of keep shooting them, and the percentages will play out.
It was 17-17 after the first quarter, 32 points in the first half, 79 overall. How do you describe a game like that offensively?
It was nasty, like a lot of our games with them have been this season. I think the first team to kind of figure it out usually is the team who wins in our matchups against them, and they figured it out first. They started knocking down some shots, and then got their crowd involved. So, hats off to them. They played a good game tonight.
Donovan, for you, it seemed like at one point in the third quarter there was a timeout, and you were really animated.
Mm-hmm.
What message were you trying to get across to the guys in that moment?
Just the physicality. I think we came out, we guarded, and I think we just gave up, I want to say 3 that I can remember off the top of my head, 3 offensive rebounds just off of pure, whether it's helping the bigs out, helping them get hits, or just going to get the rebound ourselves, So just trying to, light a fire. Like I said, it was rough, like Brett said, it was a rough, scrappy game, and, obviously shots weren't falling, but I think the biggest thing is we just tried to find a way to fight at that end, and that's all I was really doing. And, leadership comes in different forms, and at that point I feel like that was, a good thing. Coach came in and had the same message, and, there's things we can look at and fix, but that was just the biggest thing, is just win the scrap. We have a T-shirt that says it for a reason, and there were different things that all of us collectively, myself included, weren't doing, so just trying to hold everybody accountable and just create a spark.
Earlier when JB was in here, you talked about the fact that you thought it was a game when you guys didn't trust him, making the right play, necessarily, kind of trusting what you guys have done. As you were trying to, sort of everybody's trying to do everything themselves. How did you kind of see that manifest itself? Trying to get back to the
Yeah, we're an unselfish group. I think the biggest thing was, when shots aren't falling at the way they were. I think this is the lowest scoring of our season. We hadn't seen it. This is a different environment, so I think it's sometimes natural to try to, and it's all within each other. We're trying to do everything that's best for the team, but sometimes making the right play, making the simple play, and that's the biggest thing. And there were times where I felt we kind of got away from that, and we'll fix it, we'll adjust, but we shot like crap, man. Like, we didn't make a shot, open ones, contested ones, whatever it is. So trusting each other, continue to trust in it, and we'll be better.
The 2 games you guys have lost in the series, they've really taken advantage, turnovers. Obviously, the big strength.
Yeah.
What did they do?
I think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot on that one. I think we came out a little too hyped. I think it was just one of those things where we're just playing fast, trying to do so much, trying to do it all in one play, and you'll take that aggression, at the end of the day, we could calm that down, as opposed to coming out timid, I think that's the biggest thing. So we'll fix that. Like I said, I had 6 myself, and as a leader, I can't have that, that's on me, and different things as kind of setting that tone, and score was 17-17 after the first, it's an ugly game, and, extra possessions, that's all the playoffs are, is possession game, and whether it's offensive rebounds or turnovers, that's what hurt us. And like I said, when you're not making shots, every possession matters even more.
Joe.
You guys have now, it seemed like they were able to speed you guys up in that first game. I don't know if that was the case, but which was the atmosphere and especially the younger guys?
It was MSG. It's going to be loud. They're playing at home. Obviously, they're going to, like I said, at the end of the day, we had a lot of different things that we didn't do well in the first half, and 17 points in the first half. Like, we guarded, but like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot in different scenarios, and, not being able to make shots definitely hurts as well. But, like I said, it's one of those things where, like, we'll be good, like, kind of breathe and relax and calm down. And, like I said, I'll take the hypeness over coming out timid and nerves. I don't think that was the case with us tonight. I think we just kind of were a little too geeked up as a whole, and contain that, control that, and be ready for Game 4.
How beneficial is it, even though you played a lot of minutes, how beneficial is a quick turnaround, just that this past week?
Yeah, and get right back to it, and get right back ready to play here. We got to take one. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to go back to Cleveland down 3-1, so whatever it takes to win Game 4.
Sort of feeling Donovan, that was probably, you can't get any worse. I mean, no matter what
Yeah.
That was realistically the worst offensive game in the NBA this year.
Well, I mean, there you go. Like, you know what I mean? And there are things that contributed to that, but at the end of the day, we missed shots. We missed shots, and we held them to 97, was it? Not including, the time at the end, or including the time at the end. So, defensively, we're solid. We just got to continue to make plays for each other, and sometimes the ball just has to go in. You know what I mean, to be honest with you. And I think that's just the message within our group. Keep your head high, keep shooting, and keep working at it. We worked on it all year. It's the worst offensive game in NBA this season. You know what I'm saying? So just continue to trust it, trust each other, trust in yourself, and trust in the work.
For either one of you guys, as guys who have been in this kind of environment before in the playoffs, what's the mentality after a game like this, after a performance like this?
Yeah, I think Don said it. Next game, by any means, we got to go get that one. Grab home court back and, head back to Cleveland tied up. Come in, I think in stretches tonight we played the right way. We played with the right aggression. But we got to do that for a full 48 minutes. On the road is going to be tough, but, we got to do that.
There's one of the adjustments Knicks made, they were using guards to screen LeVert. How did that change things for you guys in kind of the
Yeah, good question. I feel like they made that adjustment, and it was really good for them. That's definitely something that we got to communicate better on. I got to do a better job of listening out top to the coverage and making sure I'm, sending them the right direction. But that was an adjustment they made. It worked for them tonight.
We talked about the shots off the but as the game progressed, did you see something the Knicks were doing defensively that made the offense
No, I think, they've done pretty much, maybe they blitzed a little bit more, but at the end of the day, they protect the paint. That's what they do, and we got open looks. Missed some bunnies at the rim, missed some easy ones. Like I said, we didn't shoot well. And, I think there are different things we can fix, but we missed open shots, and, that's been my message to the guys is, I think it's all been our message. Just keep your head high, trust in the work, trust in each other, and just get ready for Game 4.
Your first time playing in the playoffs. So what's it like playing in New York as a Knick in the playoffs at home?
It's special. I think everyone felt the energy. The atmosphere was amazing. And it was just, it's hard to put into words, man. That's something that you dream of as a little kid. So we need him again on Sunday. And, it's going to be rocking.
Josh, why was the defense so good tonight?
I think we were just trying to be physical. I think we had a good focus level, a good attention to detail to doing what they were doing and communicating. I think that's the big thing. And then we ended possession with rebounds. So I think that was the biggest thing. And sorry, man. But I think that's kind of why, that defense was, to the level it was today.
So, Josh, you get the word that you're going to be going in for Quentin at the start of the second half. Anything in your mentality change when you're starting the half as opposed to come in after a few minutes on the bench?
No. My biggest thing was don't do any stupid fouls because I had 3. I think that was my biggest thing. But, I started 55 games this season, so it's not anything new. I'm locked in on whatever role it is, and if I need to do that, I'm cool. If I need to come off the bench, cool.
Jalen, just from the start, it seemed the defense today was a different level than it's maybe been. I don't think anybody's held anyone under 80 all year. Just kind of what you saw from the team tonight.
Yeah, no, we were locked in, and just a credit to our coaching staff getting us ready, and everyone just locking in our game plan and executing, and everyone on the same page, and just happy came with a win.
Jalen, a Friday night, playoff night inside Madison Square Garden, inside this building. How would you reflect on the way that this New York crowd made an impact?
Yeah, they were electric, and they were You're a child, dog. No, being in this environment and there is no other. There is no replica. There is no. There's nothing that comes close to it, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Jalen, talk about the crowd. They went wild when you made that steal and went for the dunk. It kind of capped a 10-2 run, and you almost feel like a
layup,
a momentum switch or something. I mean, did you feel that? And can you talk about that play?
Yeah. Don't expect too many more dunks, or power layup, whatever you want to call it. But they're always like that, no matter what this play is or anything. Whenever you're out there giving it your all, and they appreciate that. So it's a credit to the team and how we played and how hard we played out there, and we just got to continue to do that.
That's good.
Jalen, it seemed like you got a little more loose in the second half. What was a shift in your approach defensively to be able to, or offensively rather, to be able to get loose in the second half?
Yeah, just letting the game come to me. I got to trust my teammates, and they have the utmost confidence in me, and I have the utmost confidence in them. It's just we're all on the same page, we're all clicking, and then I found ways to get the ball in the basket, and just kept the same mentality.
You guys have talked about getting help behind you and Julius and RJ today. Seemed to give you guys a real lift early. Just kind of what you saw from him. Yeah,
he played incredible. It's a part of the game when the ball's not going in the hoop, and RJ's that type of person that always bounces back, and you can never tell with his demeanor whether he's too up or too high or too low, and he just always has that mindset that he's going to come back the next day and be better.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
Great job, buddy.